Welcome to Common Pitfalls. Today we're going to talk about instructors that are not being considerate when they're doing their observation hours. So when you're doing your observation hours, as we talked about in the observation lecture, there's certain things that you want to be looking for and certain ways you want to act. So I encourage you to review that, review the observation checklist, and just ground yourself and focus yourself every time you do an observation hour. When you're doing an observation hour, you want to make sure that you're really considerate and respectful of the client that you're watching and the instructor that you're watching. So a couple things that people do that can be negative would be that they're interrupting the lesson and asking questions. Sometimes they will bombard the instructor right afterwards, when they maybe have a client right after, they have to get somewhere, and they're pestering them in a kind of badgering way, and they're not letting the instructor go to the bathroom or whatever. They also can interrupt the lesson or be trying to be friends and chit-chatty with the client. Again, all these things are completely inappropriate and are taking away from that client's time or that instructor's job, and this is a very real problem. When you're doing observation hours, you want to think about it from their perspective. Get out of yourself and focus on them. Because again, if you end up working in the studio you're doing observation hours at, which is a good chance oftentimes, that client might someday come to you. So you don't want to have a negative image in their eyes of who you are and how you portray yourself, because they might not want to work with you. So you want to make sure that you're the utmost respect and not just staring at them, not making them feel all weird and watched and judged. You want to be very kind and friendly, but be respectful at all costs. Also, make sure you're actually doing your observation hours. The further you get along, the more silly they seem, but this is the time to really look for the advanced teaching concepts that we've been talking about. So all the prioritization and the cueing techniques and such, really look for that. Are they bringing in these client retention skills and things that we're going over in the P3 program? This is really, really key. It's not about watching for choreography and learning the choreography. That you should be doing in teacher training or watching the DVDs over. It's not really what you're looking for. You're looking for the teaching skills when you're doing your observation hours. And so really make sure you don't miss the forest for the trees, that you look at the overall teaching skills and the way that they handle their client and the way the client responds to that. It's really critical because it'll help you grow as an instructor, and you'll get the most out of your hours as you do that.